Hey everyone, welcome to this video. So in this video, we're going to go through how Facebook ad budgets work. As well, if you are enjoying the group, if you would please share this group with anyone. We do have the free call giveaway as well. So if you share it with 10 people, we're keeping track on our side. We've already given away a free call, which is awesome. So if you could share the group, that'd be amazing. I appreciate it. Let's go ahead and dive in. So in terms of how Facebook ad budgets work, it's very, very important. I know we were talking about this in the last video, is that, and I know it like sounds crazy to think about, but Facebook knows exactly who wants to purchase your product before you even launched up. They're scanning everything on your website, and not only your website, they scan everyone else's website because of the Facebook pixel that's on there to be able to see who's buying what. They already know who wants to purchase your product. Even though that they know who wants to purchase your product, you still need the right creative to align with them to get them to buy. Even if you put an ad in front of someone, it doesn't just mean that they're going to buy. You need to actually sell them. You got to sell them on your book. And so they're putting your ads in front of the right people. But even though that Facebook knows who wants to buy, it's still our job to convince the readers to sell them to get them to buy. Like everyone's been in this example where you talk about something and then it pops up as an ad, like immediately after. It's like, okay, they definitely know. They know when you're looking for a product. If you're ever looking for a specific product, you'll probably see it pop up as an ad. But obviously you're not just buying every single product that like shows up. It takes time. It takes multiple impressions. That's where the Facebook pixel comes in because they can track those multiple impressions and if you're clicking and things like that. But it takes multiple impressions to get people to buy. And sometimes you never even buy the product. Some people never even buy off of ads in general. And so even though Facebook is putting your ads in front of the right people, we still need to convince them to buy. That's a lot of what the course goes through in terms of copy. And if you'd like some more videos about copy and like how to write that better, I'd be happy to make those. Just let me know in the comments. So diving into this example, say we're spending $50 per day on one campaign, one ad set. There's 5 creatives in there. And overall, those creatives are performing on average, they're getting about 21 purchases every 7 days. So 3 purchases a day on average, because we always look at everything on a 7 to 14 days. So 21 purchases over 7 days. So those 5 creatives, overall, that campaign is getting a $25 CPM. CPM is cost per 1,000 impressions. So $25 CPM would mean that you're getting 2,000 impressions every single day because we're spending $50 per day. So $25 CPM times 2 equals 50. That's how we're getting the 2,000 impressions. We were spending $25 per day at a $25 CPM, it'd be 1,000 impressions. Now, it is important to remember that reach versus impressions, if you've ever seen that in the ads manager, reach is how many people that it's actually reached, individual people. Like say you have 10 people in a room and you reach every single person one time, but then you go back to like 3 of the people twice. So that would be an extra 3 impressions, but it's still 10 people. So that would be 13 impressions, but 10 people. And the reason that Facebook does this is because sometimes you need to reach people. You need to serve 6, 7, 8, 9 impressions to get someone to buy. So that's why they calculate it based off of impressions and not actual on reach. That's why they charge based off of that. So $25 CPM means it costs you $25 to get 1,000 impressions. So that means that if we're delivering 2,000 impressions times the 7 days, that's 14,000 impressions per 7 days, and you're getting 21 purchases. Getting 21 purchases, which doesn't seem like a lot, but that would mean that with a $50 per day budget, after the week, we spend $350. So we divide that by the number of purchases, so $350 in spend, 21 purchases. That's a $16.67 cost per purchase. That's great, honestly. It doesn't seem like a lot for 14,000 impressions to get 21 purchases, but that's honestly great. So let's say for this example, your product price is $37. So at $37, that would be giving us about a $20 profit per purchase, which is awesome. But things don't just end here. And here's how we can pull on different levers to drive more results. Like what I was talking about in the last video, because you have your ads, product page, and offer. Those are the three things of how we sell. So what happens if, say, you increase your budget from $50 to $60? Are things going to break? Like, what's going to happen? Well, looking at the actual math inside of it, if you increase your budget from $50 to $60, you may reach, instead of 2,000 people, 2,300 people per day. So 1,600 people per week instead of 14,000. So if you're reaching it 16,100 people, your creatives may not resonate with those extra 2,100 people. They may or they may not. So you may get purchases. Same thing if you increase your budget to 75. Now you're reaching even more people. But that doesn't always guarantee results when you increase your budget. Now, because you're an author, so the market's slightly niche. Like we were talking about, if you're selling like laundry detergent, you can sell that to anyone. With books, it's a little bit different. I will say that I don't want you to think that it's not possible to scale. We've been able to scale up to $7,000 per day at a 2x. So if you're spending $100 and you think your market's tapped, it's likely just your ads. It's likely your ads, your offer, your product page. But that's a good thing because that means we can fix it. In terms of your product page, by the way, and your offer, we have like tons of examples in the free or $7 course. So I would highly recommend to go through that and get your product page set up, because we just give you the template of what we're able to spend that money on, that amount of money on. So you could just copy that template so you know you're good on the actual product page side of things. And then you just got to look at other offers, see what the other offers are in the market, price yours competitively, and there you go. Now we just focus on ads. So say you wanted to increase your budget from $100 to $1,000 per day. What would happen if you kept your ads exactly the same? So what would happen, I can just tell you this just from seeing it so many times, is that if you started spending $1,000 per day, your CPM would not stay at $25, because again, Facebook is always providing, it's looking to provide a positive user experience for its users. So they will not be able to hold that $25 CPM at $1,000 per day, because it can't find users at that much scale to keep at a $25 CPM, because your CPM is 100% dependent on if people like your ads. We've had ads where we were selling like a dog portrait and it was like $2 CPMs because people didn't even see it as an ad. They just saw it as like a cute picture. And so everyone was liking it, everyone was loving it, commenting it, sharing it, and Facebook gave it way more reach. But say if you're selling like a car or something like that, where like 1 out of every million impressions is going to buy, maybe your CPM is going to be way higher. It's going to be $100, $200 because you're selling a car. And like, it's obviously an ad for a car. So when you start spending more, it has to push more impressions out, and it has to reach people that may not be in your target market. And so that's why your CPM will start to increase. That's why things are much, much more targeted at that $25 to $50 per day budget. You can test things out and then slowly scale from there. So that's why we want to increase the budget from, say, 100 to 125, see how it holds for a week. If the results keep, then we keep increasing budget. If they don't, that just tells us we need better ads or a better offer. Now, I would always take a look at others' offers that are working right now. That way you can essentially just align yourself with other offers. As long as it's similar, then you know that it's not the offer at that point. Same thing with the product page like we were talking about. Now, if you start to scale up and your offer is not as good as others and your results start to go down when you scale, it could be the offer then. But either way, looking to always improve ads and the offer should always be the number one thing you focus on. And please always drop like your ads, your ad library in the group. Like it helps everyone, and I promise it'll help you so much. The authors, honestly, who have shared the most and are just like, this is what I'm doing, those are honestly the ones that are doing the best, and they keep doing the best. So I would always highly recommend to just drop your creatives, some copy. If you need help with copy, things like that, drop it in the group, because it's definitely going to help. So overall with the Facebook budget, if we were just going to look at this in terms of like how you can essentially scale, the way that you want to scale is you can start a budget out or a campaign out, say with 5 ads, 1 campaign, 1 ad set. You started out $50 per day, and say it's performing exactly how this one is. That's great. What I would go ahead and do is put a rule on that campaign to actually scale the budget 5% Monday, Wednesday, Friday. And then you essentially just watch the cost per result as it keeps increasing budget. You look at it always over a 7 day. I'm going to talk about that in the next video, by the way, going over ebbs and flows and like why you see those up and downs in Shopify. Because we'll always see that, and I'll explain exactly why. But if you're at that budget, you're at $50, just slowly let it scale. As you start scaling from say 50, and then next week it's at like 60, and then it's 70, and then at 90 the next week because it's 5%. So it's incrementally going up. Then you look at the last 7, the last 14. Say your cost per result was at 16 when you're spending 50, and then you get up to spending 100 and it goes up to $19. That makes sense. That's completely normal. Sometimes when you go from 50 to 100, your cost per result could actually go down to like 15 because it was able to hook on. You have really good ads, you have a good offer, and it can scale, and it gets more and more profitable with the more budget you give it. So that's why we like to scale things slowly, and you could just watch that cost per result. Because if you go from 50 to 100 and your cost per result goes up to 19, that means we can just make better ads or make you could have a better offer. I would always typically start with the ads because you always want to start out with a good offer, but you can always make better ads. There's always things that are going to grab more attention. There's better copy that you can write. There's so many different things you can do. Once you scale up to there and you go up to 100, your cost per result at 19, and then you try to scale up to 200 and your cost per result goes up to 27. Then you just drop in some new ads, and you can bring that cost per result from 27 back down to 20 while spending $200 per day just with better ads. That's really all it takes. If you're not getting the sales that you're wanting to, it's because of the ads. And it's like a harsh truth to face, but it's also nice because it's something you can control. It's not like Facebook has it out for you. Like they're showing your ads to who wants to buy. It's all just about the ads. And so I would always take a look at that. And yeah, I'm going to be going over the ebbs and flows in the next video, which is why you see ups and downs in your Shopify sales over day. And then if there's anything else y'all have questions about, make sure to drop it in the comments. Be happy to answer those. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. If you could please share the group, I really, really appreciate it. Make sure to put give the person that you're sharing the group to your email so you can win that free call. And yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care.